Hey everybody, welcome back. Over the past few months, I've been really gratified and happy to see that a number of people have been chiming in and watching previous videos I've shot on my 2012 Honda Accord. So here I thought, as we're approaching this thing turning its 11th birthday, and having passed 208,000 miles, I thought I'd do another quick check-in. I haven't made a video since this car rolled 200,000 miles back in May of 2022, and so I thought, let's do it. Let's make a new update for 2023. So we talk about this car holding up well. Some of that goes down to care. I wash and wax this car frequently. Some of it's just good luck, avoiding any unfortunate incidents on the road. But there are still some issue areas that need to be addressed in the future. Longtime viewers will know I've been fighting a rust infection in this quarter panel, the passenger side rear. And if you look closely, you can see some more rust forming again. The way to fix this permanently would be to cut this entire quarter panel out and put in new sheet metal. I've opted in the past just to patch it, taking it to a body shop, cutting out a small piece of metal around the wheel arch, having it welded in, new metal, resprayed, and I'll do that again. I like my car a whole lot, but the many thousands of dollars it would take to replace this rear quarter panel, just not quite cost effective, at least not yet. Like I said, I like my car. It's not a 1950s Ferrari or Rolls Royce. It is a, mass-produced mid-sized car, so I do need to apply some level of budget intelligence to it. But overall, though, aside from that, the bodywork's holding up really well. The paint hides a multitude of sins. If you get up close, you can see all the nicks and chips from it being a daily driver, but overall it holds up well. One area to address in the future also will be to have the wheels refinished. I bought this car used in May of 2015, and the previous owner was a Curb Rash Pro. You can see all the scuffing of the wheel. That was not done by me. I will happily own my mistakes, but this is not one of them. In terms of tires, I roll on Nokian WRG4 all-weather tires. All weathers are a bit different than all seasons. All weathers are designed to remain grippy in winter weather. They carry the severe service emblem, which makes them appropriate for severe winter driving. I will not put anything else on my car. I am a believer, having gotten through many snowstorms, blizzards, ice storms with these tires. I will make no changes. So this car still runs on the original engine and original transmission. One question I've gotten is, have I done the timing belt on this car? The answer is yes. I have replaced the timing belt twice, once at 105,000 miles, and then again at 155,000 miles when the oil pump seal backed out and the timing belt was contaminated with oil. It increased the risk of breakage, so I had the belt replaced again. It'll be next due at 255,000 miles. Now, one of the secrets to high mileage car ownership is really not a secret. It's maintenance, and it's repairing things that break. Yes, I'm sure there is someone out there who will talk about how their uncle had a 1960 something that only ever needed oil changes. But that's just not the reality for 99.9% of cars out there on the road. Things will break, things will wear out. In the case of this Accord, I had two repairs in the last 50,000 miles. I'm going to point the camera here to the device that's actually back here, the VTEC spool valve. That controls the valve operation with this V6 engine, and a seal let go in it. And it's not an uncommon issue with these engines. And it actually pulled on that little lip of metal you can see right down here. And so I actually saw it pooling, and the reason why I keep an eye on it is because the alternator is right beneath it. And so that oil can ruin the alternator. So the VTEC spool valve was replaced maybe about 15,000 miles ago. And then about 5,000 miles ago, my alternator got noisy. It just had lived a good long life, 200+ miles, and so it was replaced as well by a Denso unit. my recommendation is be very careful with parts choice. I'll talk about that more in a second. So the interior is holding up pretty well. As you can see, it still is in pretty good shape. All the lights inside still light up. All the switches still work. The seat heaters work. The air conditioner blows cold. The heat blows hot. Stereo works just fine. Bluetooth connectivity is a-okay. Leather's seen better days, but eventually I'll probably get the seats retrimmed. And I'll do that because I really don't see a need to get rid of this car yet. Are there cars out there that intrigue me? Absolutely. The new Acura Integra I like quite a lot. The new Civic is very nice. Actually, the new Honda Accord, the 11th generation, coming out soon, looks really interesting, but I don't see a need to go into new car debt when this car is running just fine. Now, I talked earlier about how do you keep your car running fine? What do you do? And part of that is maintenance and repairs. I'm a big believer in being proactive, catch little problems before they turn into big problems, and then use quality parts with your repairs. OEM or factory original parts are more expensive than third-party aftermarket parts. But what I've experienced, what I've found is that they will hold up better. And in my experience, you'll spend less money in the long run going with a high quality part. So for instance, when I replace the timing belt on this car, I always use OEM timing belts from Honda. I've also heard really good things about the Aisin, A-I-S-I-N, TKH002 kit, which is another high quality kit available. But I personally would only go for OEM, and I would go for OEM from a reputable seller. I would avoid resellers like eBay. I've known people that have had experiences with knockoff parts, cheap copies that say they're Honda and they're not, purchased from places like eBay. So I would avoid. I would buy it from a reputable seller. But otherwise, yeah, this car is holding up really well. I don't really have much more to add other than thanks for stopping by to check in. And as we'll come up here, as you see, $208,221 miles. So this car keeps rolling, and I am thrilled with its reliability. Last month I went in for some additional maintenance, new spark plugs, oil change, tire rotation, coolant, transmission fluid, and everything else checked out a-okay. So anyway, thanks for stopping along for this quick tour, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks. Make sure you drop a like or put a comment in the chat, and I will get back to you. Have a great day.